Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Remember, this is the month of March, and we're going to get organized spiritually and physically. Now, I just want to apologize for getting this out late. Um, Now, our today's topic is going to be on time wasters. Now, I wasted much time this morning trying to get space in my phone so I could send this recording. And so if I didn't procrastinate, would have had this done already, and then I wouldn't have wasted time this morning. So I am also journeying with you guys in this month of organization and not procrastinating and eliminating time wasters and getting myself also organized. So I'm going to list some top time wasters. I don't have a top 10 or a top 5. There's just so many. But I'm going to list some common time wasters. I don't want to get too lengthy into this devotion or topic, so I will not give examples as to how to get out, but I'll list them, and hopefully you guys can come up with your own ways. If you can identify and say to yourself, in what way does this waste my time, or is this one of my time wasters? So let's get started. So number one, as I mentioned yesterday, if you don't know where your time is going, you won't know how it's being spent, and you won't know how to spend it. And so just like your money, if you don't know where it's going, you don't know what it's being used on, and you won't know how to appropriately distribute it. And so same with our time. Number one, not knowing where thy time is going, where it's being spent, or where it's even being used. And if you don't know where your time is going, it means that you cannot really plan, you can't prioritize your activities, and you lack focus. And so that's number one, not knowing where your time is. That's a time waster. Number two, procrastination. Yes. That P word, putting things off, really does waste not only our time, but also our energy and our thought. I heard a quote once, I believe it was from Ellen. She said, whenever there's something I'm supposed to do, I'll do anything other than the one thing that I'm supposed to do, and then I feel bad about myself, and then I get depressed, and then I really don't get anything done because I'm depressed. And so procrastination really, it becomes a habit that really does rob us. Really does rob us from peace and from us reaching our goals, truly, and being productive, getting those things done that are really, really important. And so can you think of something you really want to do but you keep putting off? Let's stop procrastinating and get that done. All right. Number three, interruptions. Yeah. The phone calls, the WhatsApp notification, Facebook, the tweets, Pinterest, all these things. We're always getting alerts. We're always distracted from these things. We really need to identify interruptions, and now interruptions can range from not only social media or the internet, but also from people dropping into your office, telephone calls, visitors stopping by without letting you know. All these things really do take away from our focus, and it distracts us. It breaks concentration, and we lose our focus, and then we have to spend so much more energy and time trying to get back into what we were doing, or to catch up for where was I again? And then that really does create a problem. So identify interruptions and try to limit them. Let people know in advance, I'm working on a major project, I'm doing something, please don't contact me. Or you yourself, you have to just turn the phone off, turn the internet off, turn things off, turn off those alerts, turn off those notifications, turn them off. You need to help yourself. All right. Next is lack of delegating. We always want to we want to do everything ourselves because, we just think that nobody does it like us. But it's a real waste of time thinking that we need to do everything ourselves and no one else can do it as good as we can. And the truth is, in some cases, that really is the case. I can testify today that, you try to give somebody else a task and it comes back and it's like, really? This is what you produce? But the truth is, it's not in everything you can delegate, but some things you really just have to just close your eye. And that will lead me over into another time waster, perfectionism. Yep, we all want to be perfect. I don't know where we got that idea from, but we want to be perfect. But the question is, perfect to whose standard? And so when we Aim for perfectionism, because we don't want to delegate because we think we're just so perfect. Only we're going to do the best job on it. It really does create a strain. And there's a quote that I read once says, perfectionism is the highest form of self-abuse. Wow. So if you don't want to abuse yourself, you don't want others to abuse you, so why abuse yourself? Just cut out this perfectionist behavior. Truly, perfectionism can be crippling. Truly, sometimes we actually become less productive because we're taking up so much time on a task that really doesn't require so much of our time and effort. And I read once that we have to put a time limit on projects. We do. Put a time limit on it, resist spending an inappropriate amount of time on it to achieve perfection. Why? Because the return may not be so great. So truly we need to ask what the return is on your time that you're investing on this thing is. If the return is limited, then limit your time. The payoff should match the time invested. That I thought was the best thing I've ever read. The best thing I've ever read because it just really helped me to realize that makes no sense. Makes no sense to be wasting time on something that really I'm going to get maybe a $2 return on. And the people who I'm even doing it for might just be like, oh, this is really good. You don't have to do so much, Tamika. So sometimes the people that you're working for, you're doing it for, they don't even have a high standard of what they expect. So don't waste your time. You have to identify your clients, your customers, the people you're working for, your friends, your family, and then you have to adjust yourself accordingly. And don't overwork if they don't even want perfection themselves. All right, let's keep going. So next on the list is meetings. We all have meetings. We have breakfast meetings, lunch meetings, dinner meetings. We're always in a meeting. Oh yes, I'm in a meeting. Can you call me back? Meetings are really, really a time waster. Sometimes I've been to meetings. I'm thinking, why did I come here? Why am I even here? I could have stayed home. Couldn't you have just emailed me the conclusion of this meeting? Why did I have to travel, come here, sit here, be tormented, bored, and up to now, we still haven't even made a decision. Waste of time. We really have to clarify the need and the reason, truly the purpose for having a meeting before you even decide to even entertain that thought. Forget it. If you want to eat, some people use meetings. Oh yeah, I'm going to be taken out for lunch. If that's your aim, hey, I guess it's meet and need. If it's just to get out, fine. But other than that, stop wasting time, wasting gas, wasting effort, just wasting time. Oh, time and it just grieves me. I'm so grieved. Always in a meeting that makes no sense. And so moving forward, find out what the aim of the meeting is, put a time limit on it, and also have an agenda. And if you're not on track, you get back on track or say, you know what, this meeting is not what I expected. I just have to go now. You have to help yourself. All right, let's keep going. All right, so I mentioned before distractions, all right, or interruptions, and I mentioned the phone, the email, internet, but there's also another, I wanted to really spend some time on the internet. Interruptions could be anything from even people in your physical space. Again, meetings could be an interruption. You have to have a meeting now. But let's talk about the distraction or interruptions of technology. We have to limit our time on gadgets, the phone, and the internet, in the email, browsing the web, on the social media sites. We have to set a time limit. And again, just like the meeting, we have to identify what is my aim. Why am I checking my emails? Is it because it's a habit? Am I bored? Or am I looking for something? Why am I checking the phone? Is it a habit? I think it's ringing. Why am I touching the phone? Why am I going on Facebook at this time? Is it productive to my goal today? Is it going to help my purpose? Is it staying in line with my schedule? You have to talk to yourself. Yep, you have to talk to yourself and identify why you are engaging with these gadgets, with these sites, with the internet at the time that you are, based on your schedule. That's the wonderful thing about knowing where your time is going and prioritizing and making a schedule, because then it keeps you on track, and then anything that comes in to interfere in that schedule, you can identify, nope, this is not on my agenda for today. I didn't schedule to be on Facebook, be on Twitter, to be doing any of these things. And so when you check your schedule, you see, nope, there's no time for this. Or maybe I scheduled that at 5 o'clock, not at 1 o'clock. And so we won't get into all of that scheduling stuff today, but that's the wonderful thing of keeping a schedule. And that, actually keeping a schedule is also going to help me with those people who just don't like to say no. Yes, just can't say no. Next on the list is you don't want to say no, because sometimes I think we don't say no because we don't value our time, we don't value our energy, we don't value ourselves, really. And guess what? If you don't value those things, somebody else is going to value it for you. They're going to use you, and then you're going to feel drained. The very thing you're trying to accomplish by feeling, I'm going to help this person out because I want to help them, I want to feel valuable, I want to have purpose. Well, you're going to end up feeling the opposite when you find that people are taking advantage of you just because you're the yes person. Oh, she'll get it done. I can always depend on her. The question is, can you depend on you? Can you depend on you to stand up for yourself, to keep on track with your priorities, your purpose, your schedule, with the things that you need to get done, with the things that make you happy in life? They're using you to get their things done. Can you use yourself to get yourself done? And so say no. Say no really becomes something very overwhelming for others. We have to identify really why you're saying yes. When you identify why you're saying yes, if it doesn't line up, again, with your values and your goals and your purpose and your schedule, your priorities for that day, then you can decide, you know what, I'm sorry, no, we can't go to the mall today because I have a project I have to work on. No, we can't go to that buffet because you know what, I'm trying to take care of my health. When you identify, when you know what you stand for, what your goals and values are, it becomes very easy to know what to say yes and no to. And so I'm not advocating saying no to people all the time. Nope. I'm a big believer in helping people out, but you have to schedule in when you are available. Maybe on Tuesdays is your time that you can go and help the world, but it's not on Mondays when you have a lot of work to get done. And so a time waster is not saying no, but I would encourage you to start saying no, or just not even say no. Fill up your schedules. When someone calls you and says, hey, are you available at 1 o'clock? When you look at your schedule, no, I'm sorry, I have a meeting. Or no, you might have even blocked off, spend time with stuff. Or no, I have to do something. I'm going to the doctor's. Once you can see it and you schedule it in, it's easy to say no because you're not really lying. You really don't, you cannot, you just, your schedule's already has something in that time slot. And so if you can't say no on your own, let your schedule say no for you. All right, next on the list is lack of organization and tidiness, or untidiness. We could call it clutter. We all know that clutter wastes time because what? You have to sort through the stuff to get to where you're trying to get get your work done, right? Clutter can be a distraction for you, and anything that distracts you doesn't allow for effective use of your time. And so if you have clutter, it's important that you get it organized. Get your papers organized, get your space organized. Everybody wants to go to the bathroom and find everything that they need in the morning. We all want to have an organized closet so we can be efficient in the morning time. We want to have a kitchen that's tidy and ready the morning that we have to get ready because we want to go in there, find that coffee cup. We want to find that plate. We want to get those items and we want to get back out in a decent amount of time. We don't want to be washing dishes or looking for things. Oh, where's that thing again? Maybe I didn't put it away, or it's in a pile in that drawer. Clutter really does waste time. All right, let me continue with my list because I'm running out of time with my recording. I have about 4 minutes left. All right, so after lack of organization and untidiness, and I think actually going to be my last. No, I have two more. Not enough time off for yourself. We want to be all, do all. We want to put everything in our schedule. We want to do everything. We want to get the 10 projects done in one day, 1 week. We just want to do everything. But the truth is, you waste time when you just keep doing and doing without taking breaks and really stepping back and looking at where you're at and assessing the situation, the project, how well you're doing, what you can change. You're really wasting time, and guess what? Eventually, your health is going to suffer. Not only that, your health will suffer, your relationships will suffer, other things will suffer, your family will suffer, and not only that, eventually you'll be forced to take time off. So just schedule time off for yourself now. Don't wait for crisis. Don't wait for you to feel overwhelmed. Don't wait for sickness to befall you. Just schedule those things now so that you can start to feel Feel good while getting your tasks done and not feel overwhelmed. And last on my list is multitasking. Yes, we all want to multitask. We all think we're an octopus. The truth is, only I always thought to myself, am I really multitasking or am I really switching between tasks? I'm really switching between tasks. I'm not multitasking unless I'm an octopus and I have those. Is it 8 of those things they have? And you're actually touching 8 things at the same time. You're not multitasking. Yes, you have a chew food in your mouth, talk on the phone, maybe read something. But the truth is, you're really switching. You're thinking about eating. You're talking on the phone, and you're switching back to reading whatever. You're actually switching. You're not really doing them all at the same time. You're not reading, listening. You're really not doing it all at the same time. We think we are, but we're really not. And so multitasking really is a waste of time. It really causes us to lose our focus, and it can cost us, truly, cost us timely mistakes, costly and timely mistakes, and we really need to stop it. And so don't fall into multitasking. If you're in it, get out of it. Some things really do require your undivided attention. I read a quote once, it's from, I can't pronounce the person's name, but they said to do 2 things at once is to do neither. And that is so true. Doing several things at once scientifically has proven to impair our memory, increase stress, and make us less productive. Yes. So it takes the brain, they say, 4 times longer to process things when switching back and forth between tasks. Don't do it. Don't do it. Multitasking distracts us from being in the present moment, which also drains our energy and wastes time. Just get out of multitasking. We think it's a good thing. No, I think I'm gonna clean up the house. I'm gonna spray the tub. I'm gonna spray the sink, spray the toilet. Then I'm going to go in the kitchen. I'm gonna dishwash the dishes. Then I'm gonna mop the living room. And I'm doing all these things. But I'm really switching. I went to the bathroom. Then I went into the living room. Then I went into the kitchen. Then I went back over. I'm not in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in the living room at the same time. I'm just fooling myself. And then sometimes I'm so tired because I'm switching back and forth. I just leave the bathroom. I don't even finish putting the things back in the living room. And the kitchen, the dishes don't even get done. So I've started all these tasks, and I because I'm so overwhelmed, so tired, I didn't even get any of them done. If you can identify yourself in that situation, stop it now. Free yourself from multitasking. Do one task at a time. Okay, everyone. So those are all the top time wasters that I've identified in my own life, that I've read, that I've seen others struggle with, and I've just compiled. I don't want to call it a list, but remember, to not know your time is to waste time. Procrastinating, interruptions, lack of delegating, overscheduling yourself, multitasking, perfectionism, all these things. No, no, no. Having meetings for no reasons, interruptions from telephones, email, and the internet. Oh, just don't do it. Turn it off. Not saying no, lack of organization, untidiness, and not taking any time for yourself. All those things contribute to us wasting time in the long run. In the long run, it's going to produce wasted time, wasted effort, and us feeling overwhelmed, and that we really don't have any purpose, and the very thing that we want to have, we're working against it. So I hope this helps you to get organized. Looking forward to being back on here tomorrow. Have a blessed Wednesday. Wherever you go, remember to bless up the place. Always have fun with God. Joy, peace, love, and much laughter today. Much laughter today. Okay, everyone, bless you. I pray you're gonna identify some of these time wasters in your own life, and you're gonna start to get organized, not just physically but spiritually. All right, have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye bye.